12,059 part 2. Now I want to continue talking about Kant's book, The Critique of Pure Reason, how I came to the book and what I thought about it. I ended up with showing the table of categories, and it had on my wall more than 5 years. I wrote it, I rewrite it. Yeah, I put it in 2013, and it's still there. I don't look at it after I put this list on my wall. I've looked at it perhaps few times during this whole period of time. I mean, I've looked at it maybe 5 times or 10 times, no more, but it's still there, and that's funny. I finished my work with Kant. I was talking that I used this book. I read every day, an hour. I tried to understand everything he wrote, yeah, and I deepened my mind into his sentences, into his paragraphs and everything. And when I achieved this table of categories, but it was in the very beginning. But again, I worked about a month, and I decided that I know everything. When I achieve this, when I figure out how it works, what does it mean, I said to myself, okay, now, actually I didn't say to myself such things, but it's like, it's my interpretation of how I finished this work. I shifted on something else, completely on different things. I decided that it's meaningless to spend so much time on reading Kant because I already know everything about the book, and I spent so much time. It's the whole hour, and it was again, it was the time when I had lots of exercises. I started learning time management, and I divided my day on many parts, and each half an hour was devoted to some to language, to philosophy, to learning about attention, imagination, lots of things. I learned Russian language. I learned philosophy. I read Schopenhauer. I read Kant. I memorized verses, poems, and there was many exercises. And again, I just reframed my schedule, and Kant was was deleted out of it. And now I came back to Kant because for me it's this book was quite easy, and I wouldn't say that of course now I can't remake. Okay, I can't make the same picture and talk the same what I thought even in Russian. If someone asks me, "Oh, well, you are talking that you know Kant. Let's tell me what what you know." And of course, I will not be able to tell what I knew at that time. But if to read it a little bit, if to spend perhaps 5-10 hours for that book, I have my my list of notes about this. What I've learned, and now I just can remember about things and themselves, and how they correlate with thing which we can perceive, and why we can perceive thing in self, and all this metaphysical terminology. Okay, I just talk so much. Perhaps I need to slow down a little. Well, Kant lectures. I was talking about lectures. How I came to Kant. I remember I started my morning talk from mentioning the name of this philosopher, this professor of philosophy. He is not a philosopher actually. He is a professor of philosophy who who was graduated at the university and then spent the whole life mostly reading lectures and teaching other people how Kant thinks about this book and so on. It's quite interesting lectures, by the way. I like watching them. But today I watched another lecture during the day, and I was a little bit what? I don't have this word. It came to me in Russian, and I don't want